clinics in and around the metro area. Walker Medical Linen Services in Kansas City and online at walkermls.com.
Oh my goodness. First pitch and he hammered it.
3-1 to Alonso. Williams sets. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Pretty well hit. Frelick back at the wall. He jumps. It's gone. He did it. He did it. Pete Alonso with the most memorable home run of his career. Pumps his fist as he rounds second. It's a 3-run homer. He's given the Mets a 3-2 lead. They all pour out of the dugout. Alonso on his way to home plate. They're waiting for him. He hits the plate. He is first congratulated by Nimmo, hugged by Lindor. There are a dozen Mets waiting for him outside the dugout. Pete Alonso keeps this fairy tale season going with the fairy tale swing of his career. 3-2 New York.
Pitch, swinging a liner to Lindor at short. He doesn't catch on the fly, and he steps on second, throws to first. It's a game-ending double play for Francisco Lindor. The New York Mets stun the Milwaukee Brewers here at American Family Field. Final score, Mets 4, Brewers 2.
Buccaneers, Falcons.
On 4th and 4, Cousins look. Cousins throws to the outside. It's caught by Mooney. Spin move, Mooney to the middle. Touchdown! Falcons get it to Mooney again for the score. 12 yards and an extra point away from tying this one up.
Young Wei Koo, 54-yard attempt. Trying to tie this game. Snap, placement, the approach.
Koo, it's blocked. Buccaneers block it. Tavier Thomas. No points for the Falcons. 6:29 to play. Rough sequence for Atlanta. 1st and 10 at the 32 of Atlanta, and even 3 minutes to play. Buccaneers up by 3. Irving is in there. Motion man is the tight end Durham. Handoff, zigzag move, and it's Irving. Lost the ball. Irving loses the ball at the 25. Knocked free, and the Falcons have it with Caden Ellis. Irving tried to do too much. 4th and 15, 1:52 to go. Shotgun for Cousins. Snap, Cousins looking. Cousins delivers over the middle. It's intercepted. Levante David steps in for the pick, and he's tackled inside the 30. Buccaneers get it back. 1:44 on the clock. Tampa Bay up by 3. Trying to force overtime. Snapper is McCullough. Holder is Pinion. 52-yarder. Young Wei Koo. Looking to tie the game. Snap, placement, kick on the way. The kick from Koo is good. Overtime in Atlanta. Young Wei Koo nails it. We're tied at 30. Pistol formation. Motion man Mooney. Robinson in the backfield. The throw from Cousins. It's caught at the 40. Moving upfield. Hodge, he could go. 10-5, touchdown. That is a winner for the Atlanta Falcons. 45 yards, and it's over. A career night for Cousins and a breakthrough win for Atlanta. 36-30, the final in overtime.
Chiefs.
Listen, I mean, Rashid's had a phenomenal year. Unfortunately, in this league, injuries happen and life goes on. So we have always expected the next guys to step up and roll, and it's no different now. Is Rashid? There's not another Rashid. There's other guys though that are very, very good. So we'll be fine.
Once the week goes on and you go through your game plan, it's usually pretty smooth because you have an understanding of the guys and what we're trying to do in the concepts of the plays during the game. Sometimes, especially how it happened this last game early, where obviously Rasheed's a huge part of the game plan. You have to kind of throw guys in there and try to make that timing up. And coach tries to get that done in practice. He tries to throw guys in certain situations, but obviously there's limited reps. But I thought the guys did a great job of accepting the challenge and being in there in those moments. And the coach does a great job of getting guys prepared and ready to go throughout a week of game plan. And we had an extra day this week, so I'm sure guys will be ready to go out there and play some great football.
Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday again, it's Saturday, Sunday. Let's go. What? Hey. Now you think.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. It's Friday, October 4th, 2024. It was like 90 degrees yesterday. It's going to be 90 degrees tomorrow. And it's October, which I'm sorry, that's stupid. I need football weather. I need fall weather. I need baseball playoff weather because the Royals play the Yankees in the playoffs tomorrow. Let's go!
Royals, huh?
Man, we've had a bunch of people, not a bunch, some people like on Facebook and on X. Why you play this song? What does that have to do with the Royals? Rah, rah. Or some people genuinely like, hey, I don't get it. I missed it. I don't know. You know, makes me feel like I've never seen anything in my life. Welcome to the club. But all I can tell you is when the Royals went on that wild run in 14 and 15.
I've never seen anything in my life.
We wanted to party like it was 1985, and we were looking for an anthem, and we looked at the most popular songs from 1985, and we liked the lyrics to this. My mom took me to see this movie. I enjoy this song. I enjoyed Casey Kasem's story about this song on American Top 40. And then we started playing it every day. And the Royals would win every game.
Right.
And then over the course of those 2 years, this became our playoff anthem because it tied us to 1985. And now this song ties us to 2014 and 2015 and to 1985. And it's 2024. And this is New Day with SSJ, formerly known as the Border Patrol. And this is our playoff anthem. So crank that song up right now. See the banners fly. So that's the short story. behind the song.
Yeah, I mean, for like 2 weeks during the playoffs, I was just playing all 85 songs. So just songs from straight 85. And then we came across this one, and it just stuck.
It stuck.
It makes sense. I mean, that team, what speed do, right?
And I can also see St. Elmo's Fire burning in me.
Shrimp cocktail.
I can feel it burning in me. I think that's St. Elmo's Fire. I hope it is. So there you have it. And look, hey, I don't care how old you are. Wrap your arms around this team. Wrap your arms around the playoffs. Wrap your arms around the Royals. Bobby Witt Jr., Vinny P., Lucas Urseg, Cole Reagan, Seth Lugo, Michael Waka, Michael Massey. You already had your arms around Salvi. Salvi has his arms around you.
Yeah, how about that? The boys are playing some ball, huh?
And so it's exciting for everyone, right? But for people of our age, around my age, I'm 51, 50 Cent, 51. If you're, I don't know, you're born in 1980, so you just missed it. So if you're old enough, and I'm just barely old enough, because that was, and look, those were my formative years of becoming a sports fan, right? Born in 72. My first memories are really of the 1976 season and the heartbreak of the Royals losing to the Yankees in 77 and 78 and 1980 and George Brett's chase for 400 and finally beating the Yankees in the playoffs in the ALCS, sweeping them in 1980, and of course the dramatic, historic, legendary 3-run home run by George Brett off of Goose Gossage at Yankee Stadium. That's the foundation that my life as a sports fan was built upon. That and watching Muhammad Ali fights with my mom and my grandfather, and watching, many people may not know who this is, but the man who was recognized by my grandfather and my uncles as the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, Salvador Sanchez, who died very young, tragically, in a car wreck in Mexico. But he fought on Wide World of Sports, and so I remember watching Ali fight. My dad taking me to closed circuit fights to watch Marvin Hagler fight. And Thomas Hearns, loved Hagler and Hearns. Watching Ali, but watching the Royals battle the Yankees, hating the Yankees, loving George Brett, loving the Royals. And I was just too small. They weren't gonna, I wasn't gonna go to a playoff game. I wish I could have.
Outfield deep at every position now with George Brett at the plate. Set by Gossage, a high drive,
right.
Deep to right field. It is gone.
Right.
3-run home run by George Brett into the third tier of Yankee Stadium, and Brett.
But to have the Royals finally, all these years later, playing the Yankees in the playoffs, first time since 1980, since that home run. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? And I know everyone out there listening and that can remember that lived through that from 76 through 1980. You're going crazy this weekend, right?
Well, I have a brother who's just a few months older than you, and him and my dad, they went to, I think, Game 2 of the Phillies. That was disdain.
The World Series.
Yeah, the World Series.
And so, it's just, there's some extra juice for this.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just imagine, we think about the people that are no longer here. Imagine how my grandfather or your dad would be handling another crack at the Yankees in the postseason.
Oh, my phone wouldn't.
Right.
I'd be hearing from him hourly.
My mom would be going crazy.
Yeah. My dad was. My dad's favorite sport was baseball.
But this is the Royals fandom, if you've been a Royals fan your whole life of this age, this is what it was built upon.
Yeah.
That rivalry and just, oh, I'm so excited, and just to have at least one game at Kauffman Stadium and to be going to that, I can't wait. I just can't wait.
Playoffs.
Like a little kid, living out something that I didn't get a chance to do when I was a little kid. Going to see the Royals play the Yankees in the playoffs.
Playoffs?
And
playoffs? You kidding me?
The Royals were loaded with tremendous talent, tremendous pitching. It wasn't all George Brett, but George Brett was the guy. George Brett was emerging as the best hitter in baseball. I mean, my God, in 1980 hit 390. Come on. But here's this young superstar that's emerging as one of the best hitters in baseball that just won the batting title.
Yeah, how about that? The boys are playing some ball, huh?
There's tremendous talent on this team. We talked about it. How good is Cole Reagans? Seth Lugo's been terrific. Waka's been terrific. Lucas Urseg looks like an absolute star for years to come. Vinny Pasquantino. I mean, Salvi's a future Hall of Famer. How terrific has the bullpen been? But this is Bobby Witt Jr.'s team. Salvi's the captain. Salvi's the man. But Bobby Witt Jr. And we get, just like we got to see Brett on that stage and what he did, even when the Royals lost to the Yankees, when he hit 3 home runs off Catfish Hunter in the game. Good God. Yeah. And then that 3-run home run. Now we've already seen Bobby Witt Jr., his first opportunity to get in the postseason. First 2 games, game-winning RBI in both of them on the road. Okay. Only guy to have the game-winning RBI in his first 2 postseason games ever besides Jimmy Fox.
Yes, sir.
And are they going to win? I don't know. They might. Might not. Yankees are really good. They're led by Aaron Judge, who's from another planet. But this does have the feeling of the beginning of something. Not just this short window. The beginning of something special when you look at, again, at this nucleus that's going to be staying together over the next several years. Bobby Witt Jr., he ain't going nowhere. Vinny Pasquantino, Michael Massey, Cole Reagans, Lucas Urseg. You look at the guys in that young guys in that bullpen like Bubich and Lynch, who've really established themselves. Again, Salvi, I don't know how much longer Salvi's going to play, but as long as he is, he's the captain.
I like to be happy.
And he's the man. So it's awesome. And here we are on a Friday, October 4th. And there's so many other great things going on. The marquee matchup in college football tomorrow is a battle between ranked teams, between the Missouri Tigers, number 9 in the nation, undefeated, at Texas A&M at 11 a.m. So if you're a Mizzou fan, you got that just over 24 hours away.
Missouri.
We get to sit back and watch the rest of the NFL beat up on each other on Sunday as the Chiefs are one of only 2 undefeated teams in the NFL. Chiefs and the Vikings, 2-time defending Super Bowl champs, as they get ready to host the Saints on Monday Night Football, the same time the Royals will be playing Game 2 in Yankee Stadium. What? Kansas City is the capital of the sports world right now. Are you kidding me? My God.
Let the boy watch.
Right. That's a message to Chiefs PR as I'm sitting in the press box covering the Chiefs game on Monday night, sitting next to Todd Lebo. Let the boy watch.
Let the boy watch.
There's a rap at the door. Young Gabriel.
Yeah. I am young Gabriel. Let me watch. And let me tell you, if you have no idea what we're talking about, you're probably better off for it. If you're a fan of Kenny Powers and Ashley Schaefer, and
the boy watch.
Eastbound and Down, you're laughing.
He needs to learn.
Yes, I do need to learn. I need to learn how to watch the Chiefs on Monday Night Football and the Royals in the playoffs at the same time. And even if they don't put it on the monitor, I'm bringing my iPad, so can't stop me. Can't stop, won't stop. And last night, you talk about a night, yeah, there was no Kansas City teams involved, but good God. I feel so bad for Milwaukee Brewers fans. Oh, they got their closer in. It's 2-0 in the night.
Poor Trenny.
Got this done. Pete Alonso with a 3-run home run. Then they tack on another run. And the Mets crush their hearts. And then on Thursday Night Football, Kirk Cousins throws for over 500 yards. What?
That game was drunk.
And anyone that had Tampa money line got their hearts crushed like they're a Brewers fan. Jake, did you cry like Brewers fans? Were you sitting there stunned?
I did, because I mean,
Yeah.
I had 2 bets on that game.
Yeah.
I had you always have to put the under on Thursday night. That's the first time
I think you always have to. But
4 weeks in a row under on Thursday Night Football.
I feel like that was the over last night.
That game was it was at 34 points at halftime, and the over under was 43.5. So
Kirk Cousins threw for over 500 yards.
yeah, that was on a night they honored Matt Ryan.
Well, they honored him all right.
Right. Kirk
with,
Cousins
with a walk-off overtime touchdown to a guy that's been bouncing around the league for 6 years. That
Prairie View A&M.
Yeah,
man,
that was only in because Drake London got banged up.
Dude, hit the Jets. But also the Buccaneers participated in absolutely blowing that game.
Well, I mean, it's obvious because they gave up over 500 yards of passing offense. It's rarely do you see a defense play worse than the Bucs did last night. Also, and I'll end with this, put some respect on the Chiefs' defense names. On their names, whatever.
Jeff Chadea.
Jeff Chadea. Put a little respect on the Chiefs. They are a top 5 defense, by the way. But look at what they did with the Ravens, and then look at what the Ravens did to the Bills. Look at what Derrick Henry did against the Chiefs, and look at what he did against the Bills. Now go back and look at what the Chiefs did in Atlanta defensively a couple of Sunday nights ago, and then look at what Atlanta did last night against Tampa. Cousins threw for over 500 yards. Every marquee running back has been shut down by the Chiefs so far.
That is really silly.
And defensively, they have been excellent. So put a little respect on the Chiefs' defense, because, hey, Baltimore didn't run wild like they did on Buffalo in Kansas City. And guess what? Atlanta looks a little bit better now, don't they? Those wins, those defensive performances look a little bit better. All right. Chiefs-Yankees. I wish the Chiefs would play. The Chiefs have beat the Yankees' ass if they had a chance.
Respect.
Royals-Yankees tomorrow night. It's on. And we're going to talk about all of it today. Stan Weber will be with us momentarily. We'll get the forecast from Jeff Penner. We're going to do an abbreviated New Day Blitz with Gabe DeArmond for Mizzou and John Kirby for KU because K-State's not playing. We will not talk to Matt Walters today. Buster Olney will make a special Friday appearance because he was on a plane during the show last week. So there's a treat for the Friday listeners. Buster Olney from ESPN will help us preview Royals and Yankees. Dion Clisso will give you a quick preview of the high school football action tonight. And then Tim Grunhard, Chiefs Hall of Famer, in studio in the 9 o'clock hour. All that and more between now and 10 o'clock right here on New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Jake, this song reminds me when Tony Soprano was in a coma. And Carm was sitting next to him playing music for him.
After getting shot by Uncle June.
So. I don't know if that's what you were looking for. To strike that memory, but there it is.
No, but we got it.
I like. You got a couple people commenting. Sam says, "I know nothing about the movie. All I know is when I hear St. Elmo's Fire, I get jacked up for Kansas City sports." Sam, probably better off that you know nothing about the movie. Wasn't a great movie. It was all right.
It's all right.
Doesn't exactly hold up well, but that's fine.
Brat Pack.
Yeah. I enjoyed it at the time.
Yeah, it's a good 80s movie.
As a 12 to 13-year-old and a young Demi Moore, it was a very good movie. I don't know.
Rob Lowe on the sax.
Emilio Estevez, yeah. You got it. B. Goss says, "You crank that Man in Motion up and keep giving me goosebumps. Royals playoff run anthem." That's right. Thank you for listening. Bob says, "My hatred of the Yankees goes back to the 1957 and 58 World Series. I was an 8 or 9-year-old boy living in Atlanta. We had a minor league affiliate of the Braves, the Atlanta Crackers. Whoa. I moved to KC in 1963. Well, thank you, Bob." Bob really hates the Yankees, going back to the 50s. Now we welcome Stan Weber, who's no stranger to the Royals-Yankees rivalry of the late 70s, early 80s. Just get your blood boiling when you think about the Royals and the Yankees in the playoffs.
It's a lot of fun. That was a long time ago, so it's hard to believe it's been since 1980. But I think what's different about this year, 2024, and playing the Yankees, while 2014 was magical and 2015, the whole year was enjoyable. The Royals finished it off, even though the odds were against them. Remember at Houston? Man, it was unbelievable that they won that game and came through, and they won the World Series. But the thing that was missing, if you wanted to say, or what was different about 2014 and 15 than what you might think throughout history, is the Royals never played the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Dodgers anytime. I mean, the San Francisco Giants are really good, but no one, and they had their era. And Houston has had its long era, but that doesn't resonate with historical baseball. It's the Red Sox, it's the Yankees getting through teams like that, even the Orioles in a sense, but the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Dodgers, that was not part of the 14 or 15 runs. Rolling through Baltimore was, but it seemed like each series you weren't playing the mighty baseball, historic, great teams. That changes. Like 1980, the Royals are going against the Yankees. So I do think there's some extra juice in this. And 5-game series, it's doable. The less games, the better when you're the underdog. So very exciting. And I remember Chris Chambliss hitting a home run, and when you were a young man, Steven, and tearing the hearts of the Royals out. 77's team won, 103 games or something? I mean, the Royals were really good in the mid-'70s, late '70s. Then they ran into the Yankees, and the
Freddie
Yankees.
Patek crying in the dugout.
Exactly. Sitting there, would not go back into the clubhouse, right? Sitting there. You remember that. Then 1980, George cranks the home run to right field in the old Yankee Stadium, not the current one, but the old Yankee Stadium, and the Royals were in the World Series in 1980. So that was glorious times. But this feels like you go beat the Yankees, and it seems like, yeah, it was a big-time situation. So a lot of fun, amazing sports week coming up. Chiefs on Monday Night Football and the Royals, very exciting. But the way that they played clean baseball and got to work and won 2 low-scoring games, traditional baseball fans ought to love it. People who don't know a lot of baseball were sitting on the edge of their seat, nervous through those 2 games. The defensive plays, how about that, in the Game 2 over Baltimore. So, yeah, super exciting. And I love when you get that Bobby Witt quote. I thought that was the time of the year. Boys are playing some ball, huh?
That's right.
That's my favorite line of the year. I would think I was at the game when he said that.
Yeah, how about that? The boys are playing some ball, huh?
The boys are playing some ball, huh? Because Bobby's pretty laid back and just businesslike, right? And when he said that, it was really cool.
You know, he's kind of let his hair down a little bit, especially in the celebrations. I've enjoyed seeing this. I've enjoyed because you could tell how much it means to him, and the competitor come out in him, you know, and so and that's also wow. Look at that. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Those were the Mets fans in their home stadium when Alonso hit that home run.
So you're going to start making this comment publicly? I know it's dark outside, but my buddies wrote this immediately. Like, why? I sure hope the Royals open up Kauffman for the Yankees games.
Yeah,
Can't do it Monday night.
They don't ever
Can't do it Monday night.
Yeah,
because the Chiefs are playing a home game, right?
I've always wondered. I've always wondered why they.
I think it's a great tradition. We see that in hockey, where they fill up their arena.
NBA as well.
Yeah, and you get a concession sales.
I'd go out there.
Cincinnati did it for the Chiefs Bengals game a couple of weeks ago. The regular
really, I didn't
too.
see that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were talked about. They sent out a big thing to all their season ticket holders and other fans. You paid it wasn't cheap either.
Yeah, you can get on the field. They are on the field.
Yeah, you go on the field, take tours, meet with ex-players, and they had a big watch party in their stadium. And I've always wondered, why. I mean, a great place to watch the game is down at P&L. We've hosted so many watch parties down there, and people now they're conditioned. They gather.
It's a great place to go. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but
the Royals bought it for Game 1 and 2 of the Baltimore series.
Yeah, and I've always wondered why they don't do that.
Now, Kauffman Stadium brings in a big question because we built the video board system to look like the traditional was the greatest ever when they put it in 72 to have that big giant scoreboard with the crown on top of it, but a vertical version. And when we redid the stadium, we said, let's keep tradition. But guess what HD TVs are? Not vertical.
Right.
So it would be hard to say, let's go to Kauffman and watch the game because would it be a little rectangle at the bottom? It'd be hard.
I don't know.
Where these basketball arenas, the video boards are so awesome. That's better than any home TV you have. But anyway, one of my buddies said that, like, why don't the Royals open it up and say, come on in, we're going to watch the Royals play on the road? Because those are celebrations that look like a lot of fun.
When they have replays up there, it looks great.
And if you're looking to have fun, go down and watch it at P&L and KC Live. They do a great job, and I've been lucky enough. Well, I hosted all the watch parties for the games during the 14 and 15 run, and was there on stage when the Royals won the World Series. And I know Nate's done a bunch of the Super Bowl watch parties, and so that's a good option for you if you want to be around everyone.
No, I agree.
Because those videos are great too. But that was just the picture of the Mets and their stadium, the Mets fans when that Alonso home run happened. That was awesome.
And then
I wasn't rooting for the Mets.
And put in perspective real life. I always, because I'm lucky enough to go to these games, I really know the experience. Jake, you know about this, like you're in the press box, or Steven, you're there, how much travel time you have after a Chiefs game or getting there. I mean, as a real human being, there's all these things. Yankees had done nothing all game and watched 2 homers get hit by Milwaukee.
The Mets, yeah.
I mean, I said Yankees. Mets. Those fans out at that stadium is not close to anything, okay? So they've got to get in a train or whatever. It's surprising they're still there. I mean, after 2 home runs and late at night East Coast time, don't you think some of those fans could go, I'm out of here, let's go home? But to see that many invested and there, it was so unlikely after they gave up 2 home runs, down by 2, Milwaukee going crazy, didn't get it done in the 8th. So now they're in the 9th inning that they hit a 3-run homer. That you didn't see that coming because you watched the 4th inning, the 5th inning, and the 6th inning. They were just mowing them down. It was 0-0. I was watching the football and the baseball game, and I didn't even turn the volume on for the baseball game almost the whole time. Because it's like, okay, another 0, post another 0. Something's going to happen, and they hit 2 homers. You go, darn, this game's not going to be as exciting as I thought it would be. Then he hit that 3-run homer. Like, what? It's opposite field, too.
You know what else was what made it so unexpected? Buster Olney, who will be on the show at 8:30, tweeted this out. Devin Williams, one of the best relievers in baseball. It had been 57 days since he last allowed a home run, and that was only the 2nd home run he allowed this year.
Welcome to playoff baseball.
Oh, right? Because you're thinking I'll be honest with you.
Well, that's like the Royals game when the announcer said, "Oh, he doesn't give up any home runs."
Oh no,
Crack.
I got pissed off as he jinxed him. Don't jinx him. No, when Devin Williams is in, it's 2-0. They go, it's over. This thing's over.
2-0, not 1-0.
Yeah, 2-0. That's over.
And the place is rocking.
Oh, walks, man. Walks will kill you.
Walks always kill you.
Walks will kill you.
That's what's.
But those are good at bats. But Alonso had struggled so much, and I like Pete Alonso, rotisserie baseball reasons. But I like it when a guy's just getting ripped apart by the fans, and he there's redemption, and he comes back, and you can just tell he screamed as soon as the ball hit the bat. He screamed yes because he knew it.
And
right,
it wasn't that far over the fence, and he just walked.
But you just know.
He trotted to first with the bat in his hand.
Yeah, because as soon as he hit it, he screamed because he knew.
That's
You do
unbelievable.
that enough, right? Can you
They know,
imagine
yeah.
what that feeling was like? And they interviewed him right after the game, and it was so genuine. And they were talking to him, and they were trying to ask him what did it feel like going around the bases? He really couldn't even put it into words. Did you see the interview? What's the kid's name again? The guy's name again that scored the game-winning touchdown for the Falcons? Damn it. That was one of the best post-game interviews also, because that's like a 6-year journeyman in the NFL that wasn't even supposed to be on the field that scored the game-winning touchdown, and he was almost in tears, and he kept saying, I've prayed for this. I've prayed for this moment. And you never think it's going to – and he's been in the league for 6 years. Right.
It was a great interview because she went back and forth.
Right, you saw it. Wasn't it great?
Oh, and the additive version where the star, London, was saying that guy deserves this. He deserves to have this feature moment.
Yeah, you know what? We criticize when there aren't good interviews after games. Both of those interviews were awesome with Alonso and with Hodge after the games, and you're sitting there and this is why I love sports. This is why I love the emotion of sports. Unexpected things happen. The theater of the unexpected. It's like this is why you watch to the end. It was awesome, man. I'm all fired.
I wonder how many people just said, "I'm done with the baseball. Time for bed. Nothing's happening," and then that explosion of activity. But those who stayed got rewarded in the baseball game.
I can promise you that Jake said he was done with football after he saw that.
Well, I hate to throw water onto such a great celebration because it was an amazing end of game. The last 3 or 4 minutes of the Falcons hosting Tampa Bay was unbelievable in a lot of fronts. So we could go through a lot of things, but at the end of the day, we got stolen from again. The team that gets the ball first shouldn't finish the game by scoring a touchdown and the game being over in the NFL. That should not happen. And we're still using that regular season rule that is a joke.
I'll tell you something.
The coin flip decided the game.
My wife, she enjoys sports through me. She'll see that I'm watching something and it's important. Okay, let's go. Loves rooting for the Kansas City fans, for the Kansas City teams. And then even she's watching this game, she wants to see this, and she sees me, all locked in, and so she'll come and she'll tell, okay, explain the situation. Tell me what's happening here. I said, well, if this guy makes his field goal, it's going to go to overtime. So you think he's going to make it? I said, he'll make it. And then she goes, well, so what happens in overtime?
But he took a delay of game accidentally and made it a 5-yard a 5-yard kick.
And that's it.
So now it's a 52-yarder.
She goes, explain what happens in overtime? I said, let's just watch and we'll go. I don't want to. And so, but then the referee comes out and gives his delivery at the coin flip, and then they show all the rules. She goes, what? And sometimes you need that. Like one of my daughters, when someone asks me to explain things, it seems ridiculous. I go, no. If the team gets it and they score a touchdown, the game's over. But if they kick a field goal, then the other team gets a chance to match the field goal.
And if they match the field goal, then the first team to score after that becomes sudden death. But it's only a 10 minutes, so it could be a tie.
She goes, why? Why don't they just play another quarter? I said, well, they don't want the players to get hurt.
She reminds me of my wife.
Right, and so it's like
we should just play 10 minutes because they don't even play 15 minutes.
Right,
they called a tie after 10.
And I'm just telling her, I don't know. She goes, do you like that?
No, we have to have the new playoff rule. If you score a touchdown, the other team gets to go match you.
You know what I mean? It's like you're trying to explain something, and then God forbid, I was trying to explain the college overtime. Why are they doing this now? Well, during the Mizzou Vanderbilt, why?
It's like baseball. You get a hit, then the other team gets a hit.
And then I told Jake, you would have loved this because we were getting ready to watch Richie on stage, and my buddy Sam loves Mizzou, but he doesn't always know all the little minute rules or whatever. And then after that second overtime, I said, after the second overtime and the third overtime, they just start. It's just 2-point attempts. He goes, "What do you mean?"
No one's used to that yet because we really haven't got there.
It was after they scored a touchdown. You mean? I go, no. It's just 2-point attempts. He kept looking. What are you talking about? I said, it's just. I go just.
Most listeners right now have no idea what we're talking about because first overtime you start at the 25-yard line and you go score or not. The other team starts at 25. You go score or not. You look at the scoreboard after each team's had almost like a baseball at bat.
Yeah.
Who's ahead? You win. Oh, if you're still tied, go to second overtime. This time you start at the 25-yard line, and if you make a touchdown, Steven, you've got to go for 2. You mean a coach decides to go for 2? No. The rules say you have to go for 2 because we're trying to create separation. Okay, got it. Now what about the third overtime? And we really haven't seen this yet in college football. Oh, we're just going to lay the ball down at the 3-yard line. You're going to run one play. And then the other team's going to run out there, whole different offense and defense, and run one play.
It's a battle of 2-point conversions.
And then you're going to say, overtime 3, oh, both of them made it. Overtime 4, both of them didn't make it. They're trying to speed up the game, but you're right, it comes down to one play. It's so crazy, but at least it's fair. Like, Jake could have won his bet.
No.
Right.
No, he was doomed to lose.
Right.
The coin flip gives Atlanta the football.
And
They drive down and score a touchdown, and Tampa Bay doesn't get a chance to touch the ball on offense.
Pissed.
That is such a bad rule. I'm glad they fixed it in the playoffs.
The fact that why would you make it just for the playoffs? I mean,
exactly.
Why just make it? That's the rule.
So I don't
that's the rule. No problem. You can still have the 10-minute tie, which you wouldn't have in the playoffs.
But
if the game's still tied up, they say we're going to play normal football. We're going to kick off and play normal football. Well, that's not necessarily true. But if you happen to do that, neither team score. You play 10 minutes. They go. Bang, game over. The problem with that is one team usually takes 7 minutes on the first drive, and the other team gets the ball, has to do a 2-minute drive just to even have a chance. But let's just play 10 minutes now. Give any number of back and forth, whatever. The coaches can figure it out. But for Baker Mayfield to sit on the sideline and watch a last drive field goal for the tie by Atlanta, and then Atlanta get the football and go get a touchdown, and he doesn't even get to touch the ball after he gave it up with the lead, makes no sense.
Played this interview.
But it was a great game because the offenses showed out, and that rarely happens on a Thursday night.
This is wide receiver Kadero Hodge. He's bounced around. He's been in the league since 2018. He's played with the Rams, Cleveland, Detroit, in the last 3 seasons with Atlanta. Very good special teams player, backup wide receiver, and he was in the game because Drake London got banged up, and he scores the game-winning touchdown.
And he's fast.
And he was the fastest guy on the field.
Burning.
But listen to this emotional interview right after he wins the game and gets carried off the field by his teammates. You can tell his teammates love him. But this is what he had to say after he won the game last night on Thursday Night Football.
I don't even know what to say right now, bro. It's so surreal. God is real. That's all I can say. I pray for this. I pray for this every week. Just get my op and take advantage of the op. And that's what I did, man. I really just don't know what to say. I'm still soaking it in right now.
Your first 2 catches of your 7th season in the league came tonight. When you stepped on the field with an opportunity tonight, what did you think with the game on the line?
I know I had to step in. 5 went down. Hell of a player. I know I got to step in for my brother, for my team. I got to do what I need to do, take advantage of my ops. This game is a game of opportunity, and I made sure I took advantage of it. And Kirk trusted me, team trusted me. God was on my side. I just did what I had to do.
Hey, Drake, at what point?
And then let's go on there.
And Drake was so awesome because he's the star who caught like 12 passes.
Oh, yeah, I was playing against him in fantasy football. It was awesome to watch. It was great.
Killed it, but he happened, and then his joy for his buddy scoring this touchdown when he was really the star of the game.
Yeah, he talked about how hard he works. And
he said, this guy deserves it, and he was so happy, and take this all in. And, boy, you talk about teammates. That was really cool.
Something else.
It was a
Kirk Cousins throws
great comeback. And, by the way, great job by the official. People may not mention this. To get the field goal, they threw the ball downfield with a play that started with about 12 seconds left. Catches the pass, clock's running, hands the ball to the receiver, hands the ball to the center. The center sits it down. It's not legal. They cannot snap the ball, Steven. The official's got to touch the ball. Did you see the official? He ran by and whipped his hand down and just tapped it and said, keep playing. They spiked the ball. There's only 1 second left. Almost every official in the NFL would have forced the clock to run out by being too slow, not attentive, or be too methodical. This guy ran by, tapped it. This guy ran by and tapped it and said, Jake, you're losing this bet tonight.
Jake didn't like that at all. We will.
You know how well I know Raheem Morris, too? It's such a small world. And then his team is ready to kick a 47-yard field goal to tie. And their kicker missed 2 kicks earlier in the game. So you don't know what he's going to do. And they had to delay a game. What a disaster. But he still makes it. And Jake is crushed.
Falcons win behind over 500 yards passing by Kirk Cousins, and the Mets break the hearts of Brewers fans everywhere. Wild night in sports. We'll be right back after this on Sports Radio 810 WHB.